Hello, Algebra 2 students. So in this particular lesson, we are going to review how to divide polynomials using long division. So let's first just review long division. So if I'm taking the number 753 and dividing it by 2. So the way you remember the algorithm, hopefully, think about how many times does 2 go into 7? It goes in there 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. So we subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. And then remember, we're going to bring down the 5. Now, 2 goes into 15 7 times. 2 times 7 is 14. And then we subtract. We get 1 left. And then we're going to bring down the last number of 3. So finally, 2 goes into 13 6 times. So 2 times 6 is 12, and 13 minus 12 is 1. And I could continue on. But if you remember from grade school, you would say your answer is 376 with a remainder. Remember, this is your remainder. If the remainder is 1, that's the same thing as saying, so again, you could say you have a remainder of 1 that way, or you could say you have 376 and then the remainder of 1, over the divisor, which is 2. So this is the way we're going to write our answer today, 376 and 1/2. Okay, but we're going to do it with, again, polynomials, since our topic is polynomials. So again, it works the same type of way. Okay, so if I'm looking at this here, so I have x squared plus 3x minus 12. I'm dividing it by x minus 3. So again, what we're going to do first, how many times does x go into x squared? Okay, or how do I get from x to x squared? I've got to multiply it by x. So what I end up with is x times x, which is x squared, and then negative 3 times x is negative 3x. When I subtract, it's like you're changing the sign of each one. So that makes it a negative x squared and then a positive 3x. So this will cancel out like it's supposed to. 3x plus 3x is 6x, and then I'm going to bring down the negative 12. So now again, what do I have to multiply x by to turn it into a 6x? We need a 6, and it's a positive 6. So x times 6 is 6x, and negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. And again, we're going to subtract, so that means we're distributing the negative to both. So this is going to cancel out. 6x and a negative 6x make 0. A negative 12 and a positive 18 make the 6. So again, this is my remainder. So I'm going to put x plus 6x plus, and then I'm going to put the remainder of 6 over the divisor, which is x minus 3. So it works similar to this one. You're going to put the remainder, whatever you have, over the divisor. So that's telling us basically that this x squared plus 3x minus 12, we were not able to factor it into x minus 3 times something because, again, there was a remainder. Okay, so if we continue with my second problem here, or technically I should say my third problem. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 30, and we are dividing that by x minus 5. So we're going to write it out. So we're going to say x minus 5. I'm dividing that into x squared plus 2x minus 30. Okay, so again, working it out here. What do I have to multiply x by to get an x squared? I need to multiply it by an x. So x times x is x squared. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And again, I'm going to subtract. When you subtract, it's like you're distributing your negatives. So we're going to have a negative x squared and then a positive 5x. So your x squared terms will cancel. 2x plus 5x is 7x. And then we're going to bring down the negative 30. And then now, what do we have to multiply x by to turn it into a 7x? Hopefully you're thinking a 7, a positive 7. So that's going to be 7x minus 35. And again, we're going to subtract. And again, when you subtract, you distribute your negative. So that's going to be a negative 7x plus 35. Again, your 7x's are going to cancel out. Negative 30 and a positive 35 give me a positive 5. Again, that is my remainder. So to finish it off, I'm going to say my answer is x plus 7 plus the remainder, which is 5, over the divisor, which is x minus 5. So again, that is my final answer. Very procedural in these problems. Okay. On this one, if we're taking x cubed minus 37x plus 84, and we're dividing it by x minus 4, so if we set it up. Now this one, something you need to keep in mind is you need to hold all the place values. Do you see how we're going from an x cubed to an x? We happen to skip over the x squared, so we need to put a 0 in that spot. So we're going to write this as x cubed. We're going to hold that place of 0x squared, and then we have minus 37x and then plus an 84. So again, we're going to do our long division. So I got to think, okay, what do I multiply x by to make it x cubed? I need x squared. So x times x squared is x cubed. Negative 4 times x squared is negative 4x squared. And again, we're going to subtract. When we subtract, we need to distribute our negative. So that's going to make it a negative x cubed and a positive 4x squared. So your x cubes are going to cancel out. 0x squared plus 4x squared is a positive 4x squared. And again, we're going to bring down the negative 37x. So again, I'm going to stop and think, what do I have to multiply x by to make it a 4x squared? Hopefully you're thinking a 4x, a positive 4x. So when I do that, x times 4x is 4x squared. Negative 4 times 4x is negative 16x. And again, I'm going to subtract. And when we subtract, we distribute our negative. So that makes a negative 4x squared and a positive 16x. So again, the x squareds, or I should say the 4x squareds, are going to reduce, cancel out. A negative 36, let's try that one more time. A negative 37x and a positive 16x make it a negative 21x. And then finally, we're going to bring down the 84. So last but not least, what do we have to multiply x by to make it a negative 21x? Hopefully you're thinking a negative 21. So if we do that, x times negative 21 is negative 21x. And then negative 4 times 21 is a positive 84. Again, when we subtract, distribute our negative, the 21 x's are going to cancel out, and we have a positive 84 and a negative 84 will reduce out. So that means I have a remainder of 0. So that also tells us that x minus 4 is a factor of x cubed minus 37x plus 84. If you get a remainder of 0, this is a factor because you have nothing left over. Okay, let's do another one. So I am going to divide 6x cubed plus 2x squared minus 11x plus 12 by 3x plus 4. So the reason I picked this one is because it actually has a lead coefficient other than 1. So again, we're going to take 3x plus 4, and we're going to divide it into 6x cubed plus 2x squared minus 11x plus 12. Notice I did not have to put in any placeholders on this one because it didn't skip over any terms. So again, starting from the beginning, what do I have to multiply a 3x by to make it a 6x cubed? Hopefully you're thinking it's a 2x squared. So 3x times 2x squared is 6x cubed. 4 times 2x squared is 8x squared. And again, I'm going to subtract. And when I subtract, I want to distribute the negative. So that's going to be a negative 6x cubed and a negative 8x squared. So the 6x cubes are going to drop out. A 2x squared and a negative 8x squared give me a negative 6x squared. And then I'm going to bring down the negative 11x. So again, what do I have to multiply 3x by to turn it into a negative 6x squared? Hopefully, you're thinking a negative 2x. So again, 3x times negative 2x is negative 6x squared. 4 times negative 2x is negative 8x. And again, I'm going to subtract. When you subtract, you need to distribute your negative. So that's going to turn it into a positive 6x squared and a positive 8x. Again, my 6x squareds are going to cancel out. Negative 11x and a positive 8x make a negative 3x. And then finally, I'm going to bring down the 12. So one more time here. What do we have to multiply 3x to make it a negative 3x? Again, hopefully you're thinking, hey, what about a negative 1? So it's going to be a negative 1 there. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. And 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. And again, when we subtract, we're going to distribute our negative. So that's going to make it a positive 3x and a positive 4. So your 3x's are going to cancel out. 12 plus 4 is 16. Again, there's nothing more to bring down. So 16 is my remainder. So I'm going to put, my answer is 2x squared minus 2x minus 1 plus the remainder, which is 16, over the divisor, which is 3x plus 4. So again, very procedural today. On my last two examples, it says to determine whether x plus 2 is a factor of each polynomial. So in order to make that determination, we're going to divide. If we get a remainder of 0, that means it is a factor. If we get a remainder, then it's not a factor because there's something left over. So we're going to do this twice. So again, we're going to divide it by x plus 2. So if I look at the first one, so we're going to say x plus 2 going into x squared plus 10x plus 16. And we're going to watch the last two examples in the next video.